All right, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to teach you guys how to have a monster first 10 days in the job. I told you I wasn't going to sugarcoat anything. This isn't a magic silver bullet or anything like that. This is exactly how you blow it up for your first 10 days in the job. So 7 tips. Tip number 1 is ABCD, which stands for always be creating demos. Every opportunity you have to create a presentation, definitely set that presentation up. If the person's married, 30 to 60, they live in a home anywhere in Fairfield County, you do a presentation for that person. Don't think you're inconveniencing them, bothering them in any way, because they should be so lucky you called them in the first place. You have the best product of its kind anywhere in the world. It's going to save them hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of the time that they're using the products. It's going to be one of the best things they buy all year long. So do them the service and do them the favor of contacting them and getting a presentation lined up. Nothing negative could ever happen from you contacting that person. Only positive things that can only move your business forward. So anybody that you can contact, make sure that you set up a presentation with that person. Now, the second tip right here, this is probably the most important key to having a monster first 10 days, and that's making phoning a priority. People oftentimes ask me, like, well, how do people do $10,000 plus in their first 10 days, and how do you do that? I always tell them, wrong question. You should be asking them, how did they set up 40 or 50 presentations in their first 10 days, because that's exactly how you do it. You commit to the level of activity that's necessary to accomplish the goal in the first place, and you don't stop until you hit it, okay? So the easiest way I've found to break down my goals to the fast start is a concept that I call do 2, set 2, and do 3, set 3. So this is exactly how it works, all right? So first thing, do 2 and set 2, do 3 and set 3, do 4, set 4, do 5, set 5, okay? This is a $3,000 fast start, this is a $6,000 fast start, this is 10K, and this is 15K plus, okay? So all this means is each day of your fast start, you do 2 presentations and you set up 2 presentations. You do 3 or you set up 3. You do 4 and you set up 4. You do 5 and you set up 5. It's a really simple concept, okay? And you should make sure you have enough phone time in your schedule to accommodate for that. So realistically, some of you guys probably care more about your fast start goal than I do. My goal for your first 10 days is to make sure you're a wildly successful and proficient representative. You know how to phone, you know how to close, you know how to do recommendations, you manage your time effectively, you're set up for success long-term with the company. So I'm not concerned necessarily with what your goal is, I'm just concerned that with whatever your goal is, you have a plan for how you're going to get there, and you're willing to follow through with it and execute it, okay? So in terms of how you get these numbers, okay, the first thing you got to do for do 2 and set 2, this is about 45 minutes of phone time each day. This is about 1 hour. This is probably 2 times 45 minutes, and this is 2 times 1 hour, okay? And in terms of like when you should phone, there's really some key times to do it. First of all, 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. or anywhere between 5:30 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. Okay? Now, sometimes people are like, oh man, 7:30, would you call somebody at 7:30? Absolutely. If somebody works a 9-to-5 job in Fairfield County and they're not up by 7:30, they are so effing late for their job, it is ridiculous. If I woke up at 7:30 and my alarm said 7:30, I'd have a heart attack because I would be so late, it's unbelievable. You're probably going to be talking to people on their Bluetooth in their car while they're in traffic on the way to work, setting up presentations. But the advantage of morning phone time is that you can still set up presentations for that same day, whereas you might not be able to do that otherwise. So plus a lot more people pick up in the morning because telemarketers don't call during that time frame, and you're going to find you're going to be a lot more efficient with your phone calls in the AM. So I would definitely recommend at least having a couple of them. The other thing is sometimes people just don't pick their phone up at night. Like they go home from work, they've been working all day, they just turn their phone off. So if you keep trying to call somebody at 7 p.m. like all through the week, you might never get in touch with them. And oftentimes those people are the most successful people that just want to spend time with their family in the evening. So if you want to get in touch with those people, you probably have to have at least a couple morning phone times involved. So you don't have to call for the entire time frame. You sometimes have to feel out what times are both suitable and best for you. But those are the best times to reach people and get in touch with them. So again, if you want to do $3,000 for your fast start, you need 45 minutes of phone time in your schedule each day for your first 10 days. An hour if you want to do 6K, 2 times 45 minutes if you want to do 10K, 2 times an hour if you want to do 15K. Now, what I'll tell you is most of our representatives right now are kind of gravitating towards this schedule right here, the do 3 and set 3, because once you're finished with your fast start contest, most people just kind of settle into a schedule where they're doing like about 3 presentations a day, 4 or 5 days a week, but anywhere between 12 and 15 presentations, so they have a couple days off. So it's a pretty easy transition if you're used to doing 3 demos a day and the phone time that it takes in order to accomplish that during your fast start, you just settle in a more routine, consistent schedule afterwards, with a few less days a week. but now we've lasted through a couple of the promotion levels, and you already have a little bit of confidence under your belt. You're better at the job. I know when you settle into that routine and consistent schedule, you're just doing it at a substantially higher level of skill and a substantially higher level of pay. I'm not saying that that's required. I'm just saying that it's a very intelligent approach to the Fast Start contest to put everything you got into it when you first get started and then settle in that routine, consistent schedule later, just making more money and being more skilled. Okay? So that's how you have a monster Fast Start. And I'm not going to go through the other ones. So good. There you go.